Hey, walk the beach with me. I'm here at Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. Walking the beach. It's a pretty nice day. I think the temperature is about 65 degrees. But with the wind blowing, it actually creates a little bit of a wind chill. But the sun is shining and it's very nice. And I'm walking towards what's called Apache Pier. And I wonder how long that pier will retain that name, considering we are in a world now where even correct names are considered offensive. So I just thought I would make a very casual video with not a whole lot to say about the Hoax-Lie system, except that probably the best thing we can do is counterbalance the Hoax-Lie system, and that is live life. Do what I'm doing. Just walking the beach, looking at the seagulls, letting the sun shine on my skin, watching people enjoy themselves. I even saw 2 youth in the waters of the Atlantic right now that were swimming. Very brave with this kind of weather. But you're filled with so many lies in your mind that the only thing you can really do is get uncluttered from these lies. Purge your mind. And the best way to purge your mind is to just enjoy life. Now, some of you know that I would not be making any videos were it not for Dave Johnson. And one of the things that Dave always insisted on was for the hoax liars to stop false witnessing death. Because when you are told about deaths, it puts you into the state of mourning, sorrow, sadness. And then that casts a dark shadow on your entire day, your entire week, your entire month, your entire year, and even your entire life. And the Hoax-Lie system is continually false witnessing death and false witnessing tragedies and creating fears so that people cannot just simply go out and enjoy their life. Now, as I was growing up, we didn't have much of this. We had a little bit of it, but nothing like today, because I do remember people enjoying themselves tremendously and not being afraid to go anywhere or do anything. The only one thing that hung over the heads of people when I was growing up was the hoax atomic blast world, the possibility of the Soviet Union launching nuclear missiles and destroying the United States. Now, I was quite young when there was a Cuban Missile Crisis hoax, but that's kind of the pinnacle of it. that it put a general fear over the entire population. What also I find interesting is that that fear isn't brought up anymore. Why are people not afraid? There's going to be nuclear missiles launched at any one moment by some crazy terrorist individual. Whatever happened to that big fear and phobia? It's been replaced by our current manufactured fear. And yes, they are manufactured. They are created in the media lab and then created in the minds of people, allowing people to live with fear their entire lives, giving them permission to get up in the morning and be afraid of anything and everything, being afraid to commute on the bus because there might be a bomb, being afraid to fly to a work location or a vacation spot because someone may have a bomb in their shoe. To be afraid to go to a restaurant and touch a table at a restaurant because something invisible is on the table and it's going to kill you. Being afraid to send children to school because if you send them to school, there'll be a shooter come and want to shoot, kill all of them. They were all lies. They were all hoaxes. School shootings. By the way, the term shooting is just simply another word for filming. So anytime the media referred to another shooting, they were just referring to another filming. And hence, parents are afraid to send their children to school. Parents are afraid to let their children play at the playground. Now I'm dating myself and giving away my age when I say this, but when I was about 10 years of age, I asked my mother if I could get on the public transit bus and go into the major city where we lived nearby. We were about 8 or 10 miles from the major city, and there was good bus services, and you could get into the city by bus. And my mother actually gave me permission to go into the city. Now I don't recall my exact age. It might have been 11 or 12, but it was an age at which, in today's world, any parent would say, no, you're not getting on a bus and going into a major city all by yourself. So the fear levels have risen beyond comprehension in our modern world. Now, why is that true? Well, that is true because they have manufactured these fears with the use of, quote, the news, movies, magazines, newspapers, and now, yes, the internet and cell phones. The fear levels are extremely high. And if you can keep in mind that the fears have been manufactured, they're not necessarily real fears. as I see all these seagulls here on the beach, I'm reminded of Alfred Hitchcock's movie The Birds. How one calm day turned into a nightmare because of birds. And that's what movies can do to you. That's what news clips can do to you. That's what news segments can do to you. You can just take something ordinary like seagulls and somehow turn them into deadly animals that are going to kill the entire population of a town or a city. Which gives me another thought. At one time, children loved clowns. And clowns were a part of parades. They were a part of festivities. And children laughed and giggled and enjoyed clowns. And then because of Hollywood and certain movies that were made, clowns became instruments of the demonic. And children became very much afraid of clowns. I do recall talking to someone that wanted to be a clown, dress up in clown suit and go out and make children laugh. And this individual was quite surprised to find out that the children were fearful of him dressed up in a clown suit and trying to make them laugh. Now, how did we go from that? Well, here's how we went from clowns being a part of life and people enjoying them to clowns becoming feared by children through the media, through film, through news stories. And I do recall seeing some news stories where they were showing somebody that was out and about in neighborhoods with clown suits on and terrorizing the neighborhood because they wore a clown suit, reaffirming the idea that clowns are to be feared now, not enjoyed. Well, another thing I find interesting is I said I wasn't going to talk about the Hoax-Lie system. I was just going to have a casual talk about enjoying life. And here I am, exploring with you just some random thoughts in my mind as I'm walking this beach and enjoying the sunshine. Approaching what's called Apache Pier here on Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. So I've rambled and rattled enough, and I do want to thank you for watching this and listening to me just sort of have random thoughts and a casual little talk with you. And as always, I appreciate you watching. I appreciate you viewing. I appreciate you commenting. I appreciate knowing you're out there, whoever you are, my friend. Blessings to you. The video.